try and make one.
All right.
There it is.
Last one, baby.
Oh!
Last one.
Come on. All right, young man. So you have your jaws raw. Wedge play has always been a strong part of your game. Watched you hit 1,000 balls. Love how you hit your wedge shots, but we actually have something new. I want to introduce you to Opus.
Opus. That's a great name.
So I'm not going to give you the marketing jargon. I just want you to set it down, like just as a player, you set it down. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, initially the sole of it looks wider, but also so much like, I don't know, you feel like you can open that up a lot more.
Right.
Like, let's see it, set it down. It looks really good. The offset is a little more, which I think is always good opening the face.
Yep. See if you notice that leading edge has just enough
a little
curvature
more
to it.
Curvature.
So they've done a couple of things to notice too. Also, center of gravity and low ball flight with you guys. Well, any good wedge player is keeping the ball down. You do that at an optimal level. That's one of the things I love watching when you're hitting balls. Longer hosel.
Okay.
So it raises the CG.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a little bit longer.
I see it.
And the other thing also is the grooves. So there's cross cuts and all that stuff. There's an extra, I think 1 or 2 extra grooves on this face. And the whole thing is obviously for spin, but it's also to drive down launch.
Yeah.
So the grooves kind of work almost down to kind of hold the ball in the face a little longer to keep the launch down. So I just want to see if you notice that.
Okay.
You already hit your wedges pretty low.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they come out like knee-high fastballs and we did our job.
I mean, that's kind of nice because that's how I create my wedges.
Right.
You know, a lot of lead tape up here to keep the launch lower. So I want to hit some.
Yeah, I want you to hit some. All right, let's hit some shots. We're going to go up to this back right flag, which in this case is about a 75-yard, kind of a little rope hook for you.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I think if you want to stop it quick, but I'm going to try and cut it to start. Was good.
It is good. So first strike.
It felt good. It's almost like the contact was solid, but low on the face with a ton of spin.
Yeah.
I mean, that was first shot, obviously, but that was.
I mean, that's spun at 10,500
at 80 yards.
That's moving.
So, and launching at 25, which for me, I think anything under 30 is pretty good.
Yeah. So
maybe in here it's 28.
So it's funny, like on tour, the guys that hit it low all live in 24 to 25 with their wedges, and the guys that are kind of normal are 30, 31. That's kind of, okay. Let's hit a few.
Yeah.
Have some fun. See what you got.
I mean, that's look at that flight.
Ripping. That's ripping. 10,003. Wow.
I mean,
wow.
Do you see that though? Like, even that's.
Yeah.
It's almost like you want to hit it more, and the face is going to get more and more like tough with the kind of the overall feel of the friction.
I have to use another part of my brain to wipe off a left-handed club.
Clean the club.
I almost keeled over. Maybe I'm not smart enough to clean the left-handed clubs.
No, you'll get used to it. All right, I'm gonna try and go more like cut nipper.
Oh God. See, that's nuts to me. That is nuts.
12,000.
23 launch at almost 12,000 spin. And you're not steep. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like this is more of the combination of speed through the ball, proper balance, the wedge working. Okay, let's hit one more. I want to move you up a couple. We have some other stations I want to try, but. So if you are, let's just see how the other side of the bounce works on this. Try to hit kind of a toe down, kind of rope hook in there. I just want to see what that does. Yeah.
Man, that's really good.
That's really good.
It's 23 to launch again, but the spin came down a little bit, but that's what you expect on that shot.
Well, yeah, you're getting the face on top of the ball. Okay, let's move along here. All right, we got about a 30-yard pitch. This is where you guys are really, really fun to watch. There's some of these little skippers in there. So I just do your thing, man. I just want to see what happens. I want to hear what it sounds like.
It's a lot more upright.
That's cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
7,600 on a 30-yard shot.
It's typically a shot like this. Are you taking much of a divot most of the time, or are you kind of, or does it kind of depend on the grass?
It's all turf dependent.
Okay.
We get super firm down grain. I mean, the odds of you really trying to take a divot unless you're hitting a massive flop
Right.
is pretty much 0.
Okay.
And then here, it's a little softer, a little grainier. The grass is a little longer.
Okay.
You're like, it's kind of impossible not to take a divot unless you do hit like the drawy one.
Right.
But for me, like if I was, hitting this shot in a tournament, all day it's a cut with the wind, with the slope, with
Right.
everything. It's like you could hit it as hard as you want, and knowing that the ball is going to spin hard left, especially with this wedge,
Yeah.
is a good feeling. So, try and do that again.
That's so good. Watch this thing spin. Whoop!
Dude. I mean,
8,500.
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's a lot of spin. Especially, I mean, I feel like spin's such a fickle thing. I would love to spin it more with my wedges, especially like here. Feeling confident, like hitting it that hard and that low and knowing it's gonna rip.
Well, it also allows you to hit the shot with more speed.
Yeah.
Which for you guys, anytime you can go at it a little harder, it's actually easier to control, I guess, that way if you can hit it harder.
So, should I hit one more nipper, or should I just kind of hit like more of a basic?
Hit one more nipper just because they're cool, and then we'll hit like an adult shot, and then we'll
See if I can get. You think I can get 9,000? I think I
see.
can.
Let's see.
Open the face a little bit more.
Yeah, that's 86.79.
Yeah, that's nasty.
All right, let's hit slightly square face and.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing? And let's see what this wedge
So,
does.
like to this one, I mean, you can land it short of the green, on the green, pretty close to the flag.
Yep.
But if I was gonna kind of hit like a drivier one, ball's a little more back, and then, yeah, definitely a square face.
Okay.
And then it's really just committing to hitting that spot that I look at.
Something like that.
Yeah, and that's a little deep, but
Let's hit one more of those. So on a square face shot like that, talk to me about the leading edge. Do you notice a difference between that and your Jaws Raw?
it's a touch cleaner.
Okay.
I would say, like, I don't even know if this makes sense, but it's almost with the curvature, it's almost like the heel and the toe get there at the same time.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
understand what you're saying. Yeah. And you also don't have that leading edge chamfer, which a lot of people like, but
Yeah.
this doesn't have that, right? So it is more of a 1-to-1 ratio between what you're talking about. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there it is.
So that's really good. Like, that would be the shot you'd want to hit.
Yeah, it's spinning at 65. That's, to me, a shot like that, anywhere between 6,000 and 7,000 is pretty much where you want to live.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the bunker. So the thing I kind of want to pay attention to here, just for my own information, is just obviously interaction with the sand, but also like just, do you feel like you can hit it with some speed? Does it dig? If you square it up a little bit, what does that do? Those are kind of the things I want to know.
Yeah. I think right away, too, with how we talked about the offset being more.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you can lay that thing so open. Especially like a shot like this, you need to have some height with a lot of spin going downhill.
Right.
But initially, like setting up, it's like, okay, this doesn't feel like, I have to lean too much to get there.
Which is, if there's not enough offset in my mind, the more you open it up, it's almost like a clock hand. Like if you lay it down, there's no offset and there's too straight of a leading edge, I feel like I'm going to hit it. To me, it would be dead right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can keep the face on a little bit more with this offset. Oh yeah.
I mean, that was
Just end
really
on that
good.
one.
No, I need to make one first. I mean, that was great.
That was good.
That came out nice. It came out high, soft. I think it's more the confidence setting over it. It's like I feel like I can, even if I catch this a little thin, it's still not, it's going to come out like with so much spin.
Right.
So.
Oh,
Like that's pretty good.
see, that's the thing that I've noticed. We've been testing this wedges with a couple of players. When they feel like it's spinning like crazy, it actually frees you guys up even more. Like that's almost one of the the forgiveness factors, is the more spin is actually more forgiveness in your case, because you can go at it harder.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to think about is if you say you have a tight lie on the 72nd hole of a tournament, you got to get it up and down.
Right.
And you're worried about, you know, the face rider or the contact, right?
Right.
With this, if it's like, okay, well, this is going to spin crazy, I can be so aggressive, and even if it comes out too hot, it's still going to spin.
Yeah, it's going to stop, yeah.
And I think that's what makes a great wedge, is like versatility and not having to change wedges every week.
Right.
With different grasses.
Yeah.
Or different sands even. That's a little fat, but it's still...
See, that's what you're talking about, though.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel like some wedges, depending on, in some groove patterns, that shot that you caught maybe a little heavy ain't gonna stop that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you want to hit a different shot? Or
yeah,
just keep
I
going?
want to like give me 2 different ranges. So give me the really high one.
Okay.
Let's go full lefty flop, and then I'm gonna have you hit one sort of kind of a circus shot. Yeah.
I mean, it goes through that so good.
If you had to hit something a little low and runnier,
Yeah.
like if you had, I guess essentially just a shot with a square face.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see what that does, and we know it's it's going to be harder to stop it around the hole, but this is just more for the interaction. Yeah.
So it still comes out decently spinny.
Okay, let's try to make one.
All right. Yeah, I want to keep hitting it. I want to keep hitting those spinners.
There it is.
Last one, baby.
Oh!
Last one.
Come on. That was a good test. That was a good test.
Yeah, there we go.
That was the Akshay Bhatia Opus test, a successful test with a young man. So Paul, sorry, he's off camera. It's going to play.
Yeah, he might not find this back in his stash when he gets back.
And I got your back.
Yeah.
It's Akshay and Johnny. Successful Opus test. First impressions from the bunker. We're out of here.
Peace.